700 Advance Auto Parts stores are closing, and some people would say, Orlando, what are you talking about? We're having a soft landing, and this is what a soft landing looks like. Really?
The chief called and he said this ain't it.
Is this what a soft landing looks like? Closing 700 stores? The economy is great, right? That's what everybody is saying. That's what the Fed says. That's what all the media is telling you. Don't worry, everything is okay. We're going into the holiday season, and yes, we're closing down 700 stores, and yes, we're gonna lay off thousands of employees, but hey, look, everything's great. Don't worry about it.
What?
We're going to talk about it, guys, and we're going to read in between the lines so that you can understand how to make the best decisions for you, yourself, and your family. Again, you, yourself, and your family. Not these corporations, because we all know one thing is for sure. These corporations aren't loyal. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help out my channel. And also, I have a newsletter, guys, that will give you tremendous value. And guess what? Guess what? It's free. You can't beat free. And also too, if you need any type of financing, commercial or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for almost 20 years and I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description also, guys. Let's jump straight into this. Is this a surprise? Is it a surprise that a store that sells auto parts is going downhill in an economy that is also going downhill, in an economy where no one's buying cars, in an economy where most people are going broke? Is that a surprise?
Other people's elections,
I'll wait, because a lot of people are telling me that this is the best year that they've ever had.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is a year where they're filling out applications and they're getting tons of callbacks. And I go, are you in a different universe? Because from my understanding, everybody is having a hard time out here. Just go to the grocery store. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. This is an interesting story because this again is going to happen to a bunch of companies this year and next year and the year after that. You're going to see this blueprint happening time and time again. There will be companies just like Advance Auto Parts that will close stores, file bankruptcy. All these companies, all they're trying to do is make more money and more money and more money.
I like money.
And again, they will lay off and close stores and do anything they have to do to take care of themselves. And you should do the same thing, but let's jump into it.
Advance Auto Parts joins the growing list of retailers rolling back, announcing closures of more than 700 stores, including 523 corporate shops, 204 independent locations, and 4 distribution centers.
No, it don't surprise me.
Folks like Terrence, who hasn't been in one for more than 2 years, gets why.
I have an Audi, so I just go to Audi for everything I need.
The dealership.
Yeah, the dealership.
After revealing their last quarter's performance, the major chain's shares dropped 5%. Now the company's CEO shares the cuts are a part of creating value among shareholders.
Look, even Terrence, look at Terrence. Terrence is not surprised.
No, it don't surprise me.
Does this look like a face that is surprised? He said, well, I mean, look, I just go to Audi. I don't even go to these places. Are you kidding me? You think that I'm going to get a part from Auto Advance and put it in my Audi? Oh, foolish, foolish people. I will never do that. BMW guys are like that too. And these Hellcat guys these guys with these super expensive cars are all like that. Now, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you spent $100,000, 70, 80, 200,000 on a car, I would expect that you would go to the dealer because, of course, if you have enough money, it would be foolish. It would be crazy for me to think that if you have enough money to buy a $100,000 car, then why wouldn't you have enough money to maintain the car? Nobody wants these cars where you got to fix things yourself. Everybody wants cars, these super expensive cars where you have to pay $200 for an oil change.
That's insane.
That's right. $200 for an oil change is now the going rate for these cars that people love so much. So who needs an Advance Auto Parts anymore? Let's be real. Nobody wants that. So is it a surprise? No. And it shouldn't be a surprise to you. Not only because of the economy, but we've been seeing this spending more and more on car trend happening over time. I've been telling you guys, people are bragging. That's right, bragging about how much their car payments are. They're happy to pay $100,000 for a Raptor or $200,000 for a BMW. They are happy to do it. And they're getting the worst financing on top of that.
I got a couple of them, but the first one's $1,445.
What kind of car is that?
That's a new GMC Sierra 2500 Denali.
No, he's great. I think he's doing a great job.
But I remember there was a time where that wasn't the case, where you would go to places like this, find the parts, fix them yourself, or have someone who knows how to fix it, or take it to a mechanic who would fix it for you. That wouldn't charge you the premium prices that the dealers charge you.
Pay me my money.
But those days are gone. And I've been seeing this trend happening. Again, unfortunately, when individuals spend more and more on their cars, they're less likely to fix them themselves. They're less likely to go pick up a part and take it to a mechanic. They're going to take it straight to the dealer. That's just the way that I've been seeing it. Now, please comment in the comment section if you've seen something quite different, because everybody experience is different. This is just what I've been seeing across the board, economic-wise, and what I've been seeing personally from people who I know. And most people I know aren't fixing things themselves when it comes to cars. They're either doing one or two things. They're either taking the car to the dealer where they will fix it and they'll pay them, or two, they have a warranty on the car and they're still taking it to the dealer. That's just me.
Now, Advance Auto Parts move to close hundreds of their stores are signs of the times. And mechanics here at United Auto Repairs have seen those times changing and tell us that's no surprise.
I could see them having hard times, especially with the COVID and everything else, and people not using the cars as much, and they're not breaking down as much. And like I said, a lot of people bought new cars.
The father-son
Really?
mechanic duo shares those
Even the
new
mechanic
cars
knows that.
comes with lengthy warranties.
Did you hear what the mechanic said? Let's hear what he said again. He said during the pandemic, no one was driving cars. No one's getting their car fixed. People were staying at home. And then he said people were even buying new cars just to put them in the garage. Who said that? Somebody said that. Guys, listen, I've said this over and over again, that during the pandemic, a lot of you guys, I'm not going to say who, a lot of you guys went out there and bought that brand new BMW, that Hellcat. You went out there and bought that Infiniti or that Lexus. You went out there and bought that expensive car to put it in your garage.
That's a damn shame.
But the real reason why you bought it is because you wanted other people to see you with it.
I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked.
But you didn't remember that this was the pandemic and no one is driving. No one is going to work. People are staying home. So you just bought a car to keep it in your garage. That car didn't see a light of day until 2022. 2 years in the garage. Now, I know what you're thinking. Orlando, what does that got to do with this story? What is that? It has a lot to do with the story, because you have to remember that's 2 years mechanics. 2 years that Advance Auto Parts stores didn't make any money. The only thing that people were going into their store for was cleaning supplies. And this is the reason why it's not a surprise to the mechanic, because he saw the impact that the pandemic had on his business. So if he knows that they order parts from this store and they're not ordering any parts, he knows that they're in trouble. He knows that, oh, I could see why they would go out of business. So I'm explaining this to you because this company here, Advance Auto Parts, the stores, they're closing down 700 stores. It's not going to end there. It's not going to end there. They're going to file bankruptcy after this, because they're going to realize that not only is our business bleeding because of the pandemic, the economy, but it's also bleeding because the business model is bad. The business model itself, it's dying on top of that. So when you add all of these things together, this is what you get. And bankruptcy is around the corner. Unfortunately, I don't want the employees to lose their jobs, which they will be laid off, which is a guarantee that that will happen. In the article or in the story, Advance Auto Parts is telling their employees, we don't know if we're going to lay people off yet. We don't know when we're going to lay them off. We don't know how many we're going to lay off. But here's the thing. Guys, listen, it's 700 stores. Let's just do some simple math. Let's just say, I'm gonna be really nice and say there's only 10 employees per store. 10 times 700, that's 7,000 people. And I'm being nice. I think it's more around 20, but hey, look, I could be wrong. Let's just say it's 10. 7,000 people is a lot of people that will lose their jobs.
I'm fired, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
Before I move on to the next segment, I want to say that I received this video from viewers who watch my channel, from individuals who say, Orlando, hey, look, this is what's happening. I just want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Do you believe that there will be any layoffs? I have a brother, I have an uncle who works here, and they are saying that they're okay, that they're going to be able to move to other stores. I'm listening and reading exactly what they said. I'm not trying to trigger anyone. This is what they said to me. I need you to listen to me really closely. Yes, they will lay you off.
Get over it. Whoa!
Do you think that you will be moved? Maybe. But if you gotta notice that 700 stores are about to close and you're working at Advanced Auto Parts, look for another job. If you believe that the corporation or this company is going to shuffle you around and save all the employees and put them in different stores, listen, look, I know you may not like the news I'm going to give you. Find another job because this job will not exist. All of these stores, they're about to become Spirit Halloween buildings. That's what they're going to be. Spirit Halloween buildings. Do you think I'm joking? I guarantee you this time next year, around the Halloween time, there will be 300 new Spirit Halloween stores coming to a location near you.
Cutting into business for both auto parts stores and mechanics, as customers at times bypass them both. Not to mention smart cars, also reducing the need for traditional auto parts.
If you don't have the volume of the cars breaking down as much, you really don't need that many places to sell you the parts. And there are probably a lot of places out there to sell them.
So with stores like Pep Boys right next door, should they be on notice? Business expert and attorney Parag Amin says now is the time to shift their focus.
If I'm one of these CEOs for one of these auto parts stores, I'm nervous.
And he's correct. You should be nervous. If you are one of these CEOs, you should be nervous, especially what I just described. Not only are you in a bad economy, in a time where people aren't spending money, where a time where people are just they're tired of being nickeled and dimed. They are no longer spending gobs of money like they did a couple of years ago. Now you have a corporation who needs to figure out how to change its business model along with dealing with the economic downturn that we're currently having right now. So it's going to be a horrible setup. And I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this. Maybe you have stock. Maybe you have a family member who works there. Maybe you work there yourself. I don't know. Maybe it's one of your favorite stores to go pick up auto parts. I don't know. I'm just explaining to you. This company, Advanced Auto Parts, they're going to file bankruptcy, guys. It probably won't be the bankruptcy where they just disappear. It's going to be a financial bankruptcy. They're going to need to figure out and close more and more stores. 700 stores out of their 4,000 stores, right? It's a huge chunk. Don't get me wrong. But they're going to have to do more.
This is the reality. This is the real thing going on.
While this is very, very, very unfortunate, guys, I continue to tell you this. It's going to get worse before it gets better. We're going to see more bankruptcies. We're going to see more layoffs. We're going to see things in the economy get worse and worse and worse. There's so many things that are currently happening now that the election is over. Now we got to get ready for these tariffs and if that's going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen in this economy and what things are going to trigger it to get worse and if anything will trigger it to get better. And the only thing that I believe in my experience that will allow this to get better is time. We have to go through the motions. I think the problem is a lot of people are just trying to stop the cycle from happening. We go through this cycle over and over and over. Now the government is trying to get everyone to stop it from happening. And they're propping things up. They're spending more money on XYZ. They're doing this, they're doing that. And it's all to prop up the economy. But then when it comes down to the end of it and they are no longer propping it up, it will collapse, guys. And that's not what I want, but that's what I see. Again, hopefully you got value out of this content and you were entertained while learning something on top of that, guys. But you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. And guess what? The information you will get from that video, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.